All right, y'all, we back at it again. So I'm gonna just break down all of the steps. It's 3 steps. It's depending on how you look at it. It's really 3 steps. So I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about the 3 steps real quick. Make sure y'all like so they can keep sharing this with more people with stories like ours. I mean, I haven't really explained my story, but I was just literally defending myself from these government employed slave catchers. Um, in my situation, it was late at night. I was actually helping one of my friends, Caucasian. That is important. And I basically kind of pushed him against the wall, kind of held him against the wall so he wouldn't get into any other altercations at the bar that we were at. But we had stepped outside. He was smoking a cigarette. So he starts talking shit to the bartender. I mean, not to the bartender, to the security guards. I'm like, dude, you got to calm down, man. I got him against the wall. But of course, as soon as the cops pull up, like the goon squad, of course, I'm looked at as the bad guy. And the Caucasian person is up against the wall. Let's get the black guy. Like, Jesus Christ, man. So, like, nobody ever announced herself. And it was loud outside. It was a group of people outside. I don't know. Nobody ever announced herself. All I felt was a tug on my shoulder and it swung me around. So with that momentum, I punched the officer square. And as he showed me later on, he was like, dude, that was such a good shot. I was like, okay, man. Make sure you're there at the trial so you can say whatever. So, that happened. I was really just defending myself. So 10 years, it's actually been like 11, I think now. So enough time has passed. It's time to do it. All right. So guys, first step is to restore your civil rights. That means that you can go and vote, that you can attend jury duty if you want to do that, if you like doing that kind of stuff. That's what civil rights means. That is your first step. Civil rights. All right. There is a website. Usually you can just go to mine, well, I don't know the exact address, but you go to your state website. All right. Mine is Virginia, virginia.gov. And then you look on that website and you look for restoring your rights, restoration of rights, or look for something that says civil rights or restoring civil rights. You go to that. On mine, it's a simple form. It's just name, first, last, birth date, and then your social. You put that in, it will check right then and there. It like 30 seconds. It'll pull up whether if your civil rights have either already been restored or not. After a certain amount of time, like, it should just be restored. But if not, you'll have to go to get it restored. It's simple. It's nothing. All right, so step 2 is going to be to petition the court. Petitioning the court, and I just want to tell y'all right now, when you guys start going to the court systems and when you start calling them, if you sound like an idiot, then they're not going to give you the information. You guys have to start using these terms that are in here, that are in documents. Start reading law books, understand legalese. It's a lot to it, man. But so when I went to go to the courthouse, civil court, you have to get when you're walking through, you have to get checked by the metal detectors. So the guy that was up there was like, he was trying to help, but he was like, I already know where I'm going. I don't need your help, but whatever. Because I had already called previous. I knew not to bring my cell phone. Obviously, don't bring any weapons. certain things don't bring the courthouse. And when I go to the courthouse, I wear sweatpants. Just black sweatpants. If I had gray, I guess I'd wear gray too, but I just had black. So I wear my black sweatpants, a simple shirt, and a jacket. Nothing is in my pockets. Make sure of that. Wink, wink. Make sure there's nothing in your pants, sweatpants. I wear sweatpants because there's usually only 2 pockets, maybe 4. And then there's smaller pockets. And I just make sure there's nothing in there. There's no belts. A lot of times the metal on your belts will go off. So I don't do any of that. So he asked me, he was like, hey, what are you here for? So I can direct you where you need to go. I'm here to restore my gun rights as a convicted felon, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, but but like, what are you here for? Because it can go 2 different ways. Are you here to sue the court? Or I said, trying not to look like I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but I had never heard of this part. He's like, so I'm like, oh, sue the court? Do I need to? He's like, I don't. I'm like, you will get a lot of that. It's like they know the answer, but they don't want to tell you. So I'll skip past that. Later on, I looked up the paperwork that she gave me. It's file and motion. It's a motion to file your paperwork in the court to give it to the judge. But the paperwork that she gave me was just a cover sheet. I already had a cover sheet on there, but it didn't have to clerk of Virginia, blah, 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 written on the top. All right, so I go in there and I have my packet. I have, for me, it's my DC 4040. And then, your cover sheet, your reference letters, your background check from the state police, which would have a stamp on there to let them know it's official. It's official. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Here it says it's not a requirement. It's just a suggestion to have 3 reference letters. I actually got 4, and I was gonna get more, but yeah, I put that in there. Make sure that they are like, read it. Make sure they're not like, he used to work here and I hate him. Make sure that they, that they have it professionally looking, like they have the letterhead, their name, their business, what they do. Because it's not about you just having 3 reference letters from any Joe Smo. It's about having 3 reference letters from people that are outstanding citizens. I got 2 reference letters from people that I worked with in some churches. So on their letterhead is the church, and then the pastor, and then this person's name. So it's like courts, they love churches. Well, that's another video. All right, so I went into the first floor, the clerk's circuit court. The clerk's office. The first lady, she did not know what I was talking about. I said, I'm here to get my gun rights restored, to turn in the paperwork for that, to petition the court. I don't know what she had no. So she sent me over to the other person that was there. She barely had a clue. She has heard of it, but she didn't know how to actually look at the documents and make sure. But their job is not to make sure that you have all the documents. They will let you know that you are supposed to be of sound mind, and you're supposed to be able to do those things yourself. They're just filing the paperwork, right? So now this second lady was like, hey, I don't, the people that have the real knowledge on that, they're not here today. They'll probably be in tomorrow. But let me go ahead and process this. All right, cool. Paid my fee. It was $100. $100 and 103 is what it was exactly in Virginia. So being myself, okay, great. You just filed it for me, but you don't have a clue what you were really looking at. So to me, okay, well, those other people that are more knowledgeable, when are they going to be in? Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Okay, cool. Do you have their names, business card, anything that? All right, so I got all of that. I know exactly that they're going to be here the next day at 8:30 to 1 o'clock, and this is their name. Boom. I call back the next day, 8:31. Hello, is one of these people here? Oh, yes, this is me. All right, bet. I wanted to make sure that all of my documentations was correct. I came in here yesterday and turned it in. Sir, I can't tell you if it's right or wrong, but what I can say is that you need to come back in here and sign this document that I have for you. Low-key, I did not catch it at the time. That was her saying, you messed up one of the documents and we need to have you redo that and sign it. When I get there, it's just a cover sheet. It's just a cover sheet. But it's the motion to get the documents in front of the judge. So, whatever. All right, so that is the third step, to petition the court. That's where I am right now, okay? Now, if you want to make some more extra steps, the next step will be to attend that hearing. All right, I have my date set. I had my date set before I walked out of the clerk's office. So make sure that you have yours as well. And then I'll come back at that date and I will see the judge and they'll hear my points. All right. But we are suing the court system. And I don't know how that resonates with you, but that put some fire under my feet. I'm like, this is me suing them? Yes, because they took away our rights that they shouldn't have ever infringed upon at all. So now we're saying, hey, yes, I did some stuff back then. It doesn't matter because you unlawfully took away my rights. I want them back. So I'm here to sue you and to get my rights back. All right, so after attending the hearing, and I'm looking at this part because I haven't been to this part yet. After attending your hearing, they'll make a decision. They'll let you know what it is. After they make that decision, make sure that you know if the federal part has been restored or not. Just ask them. They will not hang you for asking a question. All right? Stop being so scared to ask questions, y'all. And then if you want to do a little bit extra, ask them as well. Hey, since this is being granted and I will be able to go in and purchase a firearm, what is the procedure when filling out the paperwork? Because on that paperwork, it does ask, hey, have you ever been convicted of a felon? Yes, I have, but I have had my rights restored. Here's my paperwork. I'm going to have my documentation, my paperwork everywhere with me. I'm going to have it laminated, and I'm going to carry that shit with me in the vehicle while I'm traveling, everywhere. So, guys, if you have not heard of Fanbase, that is FANBASE, Fanbase, get it. Get the app. They have audio rooms in there. Well, I will be able to jump in there. You guys could jump in, ask your questions. I'll be able to post some video on there as well. So it's a dope app. I think you guys should jump on there. My name on that app is King James 1. No spaces, just the number 1. King James 1. I'm also on Telegram, Firearms for Felons. Definitely jump on that one. We can stay in contact on there. I will be posting a lot of the documents, videos, everything on there. And everything in Telegram gets logged. So you can always, a year later, you join into the group, you'll have those same documents and videos to go back and reference. All right, so I've been on here long enough. If y'all have your questions, throw them in the comments. Hit me up on Telegram. Check me out on Facebook. I'm sorry, fan base. And then let's get these rights restored, y'all. Let's do it. Felons have rights. Let's get it, y'all.